In Last Day on Earth, you start off with just about nothing, and eventually you work your way up to being a survivor that can withstand anything that the game throws at you. Now, along this journey, you have the option to spend cash inside of the game to further support its development and to speed up your progress a bit. In this guide, I'll be telling you what I think is worth purchasing and how to get the most out of your money. So we'll be going over things like the survival guide, the in-game store, and we'll also be reviewing the season passes as well. So let's start things off with one of the first purchases that you have the option to make when you start Last Day on Earth, the survival guide. Inside of the survival guide, you have 30 days to rack up a bunch of rewards. Each day you have new tasks and you can get this for free, but you have the option to unlock a premium version of it. And the free-to-play version of this guide is actually really decent, but the premium version offers rewards that will help you progress your chopper. And getting your chopper quickly when you're a beginner is a really important part of the game, and it can really speed up your development very quickly. If you do decide to purchase the survival guide, you have two options. You can get the full version for $5 USD, or you could unlock the full version plus 20 levels to start off with for $10 USD. This is a great option for beginner players, and it is the best option inside of Last Day on Earth if you are going to drop some cash. Now we're going to take a look at the item shop, and inside of the item shop there is a new gold standard for when to make purchases. In addition to the sale prices, a lot of the items would include these tickets that you could then use on the special Halloween container. So on top of the items that you would purchase, you also got an extra event currency to get extra items. This is, as I said, the new gold standard for when to make purchases because it will give you an extra option to get more items inside of the game, and it makes your money go a lot further. Now, before we dive deeper into the shop, it's important to know that a lot of these packs have a gambling element to them. The first 6 items in the pack are guaranteed if you buy 6 drops of the pack, but the last 3 items are often very enticing, usually guns with mods or other really specialty items, but they only have a very small chance of dropping. Instead, I would recommend buying the packs that give you guaranteed drops so that you aren't enticed by the gambling elements inside of the game unless you have a lot of extra cash to burn through. So let's take a look at some of the packs that offer the best deals inside of the game. So usually the event packs have some of the best deals, and as you can see, you could only buy a limited number of these packs. In that case, it was only 3. Now, as we go down the list, we come to rations, and rations are something that I've talked about previously, but I do think that they are a really good item to purchase, especially if they are on sale. I'm not going to go too into it in this video, but if you are interested in rations, I would recommend checking out my video guide on rations and how to get the most out of them. And heading back to the shop, we're going to take a look at the Special Forces pack. Now, as you can see, you can get SWAT armor, and at the bottom you have the chance of getting guns with mods. However, I would just suggest farming Bunker Alpha for your SWAT armor and going through the process of earning blueprints so that you can permanently craft the weapons with mods. So really, any of the armor packs or weapon packs, I would recommend just avoiding and working for those things on your own because they aren't that difficult to get. Now, if you are going to buy a gear pack, it's very important to do a bit of comparison because for the same price of the heavy equipment pack on sale, you could get 3 of the packs against evil spirits, and as you can see, the rolls in that pack are quite a good bit better. So it is always worth shopping around and finding the best option to make your cash go the furthest. And now let's jump over to room packs, which are, in my opinion, one of the best ways that you could spend your money in Last Day on Earth. If you've spent any amount of time inside of the game trying to get the resources to build your stone room, you will know that it is very time intensive, and it's also very resource intensive to get the precursor resources needed for the farming. Now, everything I said about the stone room, just multiply that by about 100 and you've got the metal room here. This takes forever to grind out, and I would highly recommend purchasing this when it's on sale if you do have the extra cash laying around, because this game gets extremely grindy, especially when you're trying to get steel, and steel is the primary resource that you're going to need for this room. If you are going to go free to play on this, I would recommend checking out my steel and precursor metal guide, as that will give you a lot of the information you need. Now, as far as dogs go, I wouldn't really recommend buying them, but if you are grinding out for a specific perk, I would say to go for the rank 1s when they're on sale. That way you can inherit traits that are useful and you have more control over the process. As far as chopper packs go, I would say just grind Bunker Alpha and you have a really good chance of getting the parts that you would need if you didn't purchase the survival guide when you first started. And one of the last in-game store items that we're going to take a look at is the file with rare blueprints. Now, this pack can actually get pretty expensive, and I would recommend grinding out PD and the farm just to see how the grind works, and then you could have a better feel for if you want to purchase this pack. If you do decide to go for mods, and even if you are deciding to earn them on your own, I would recommend checking out my best mod blueprints, which will help you decide the best mods to invest your time into. Any of the XP boosts are a bit of a trap. I would just stay really far away from those. If you are interested in boosting your XP, which isn't necessary, I would recommend checking out my XP boosting guide. As far as coins go, I would only recommend buying a few, and I would only use them when you get the raider task that requires you to get engines if you don't have access to the junkyard event. And that pretty much does it for the in-game store. Now we're going to move on to the season passes, and the season passes offer one of the best value for your cash that is available inside of the game after the survival guide, and these offer a wide variety of items that range from beginner friendly to end game really resource intensive items. And as you can see, everything from coins to dogs and rations and carbon composite can be included inside of these packs. Now, not all of the season passes are worth purchasing, and I've definitely skipped out some in the past, so it's a case-by-case basis. Thank you so much for watching this guide, and hopefully it helped you learn how to spend your money and get the most out of your purchases inside of Last Day on Earth. If you're interested in watching more informational Last Day on Earth videos, I'd really recommend checking out my LDOE log playlist. I've got over 20 videos inside of that playlist now, and it offers a lot of really good information. And as always, thanks again for watching, and have yourself a great day.